It's now Chris Stirewalt and Dana Perino. Great to see you both. Wow. Lot to unpack in there.
Yeah.
You know, whereupon half the American electorate said, I'm voting for Colin Powell.
Right.
However, it's not without controversy. He clearly hates them both, but seems ready to vote for her. What's your biggest takeaway?
Look, it's not surprising that Colin Powell would feel the way he does about Donald Trump. But it is surprising that the amount of venom, the amount of resentment that he has for the Clintons. And I think, look, frankly, Colin Powell speaking for a big swath of the electorate. And we see this in poll after poll, that 35, 40% of Americans go, I don't like this election. Can I have a do-over on this, please? And for the people that say, on the one side, I've got a person who has a track record that I find abhorrent, and on the other side, I have a person who I find abhorrent personally. So what am I supposed to do?
Right.
And Powell speaks to that frustration.
Is that why this became so big, Dana? Because obviously Colin Powell's, got a long history of serving our country. The man's 79 years old. But it's the brutal honesty in these emails and the fact that he taps into the narrative you hear so often, perhaps in less colorful terms, about these two candidates from people who are dissatisfied with the choices this election.
Well, I am amazed that General Powell, who is, by all accounts, a great statesman, who has been dragged into this news cycle and into this election when his private emails were hacked, and now they're leading the Kelly file. That is a big deal. And I think that both the Trump campaign and the Clinton campaign are very smart. I wouldn't comment either. I would absolutely try to let it go. I might even send him a note saying, we're sorry that happened to you. And leave it at that.
It helps Powell, though.
How does it help Powell?
Because
Powell doesn't need help.
It helps Powell in this way, which is Hillary Clinton did him dirty. She went out and said basically, oh,
he did it, and he told me to do it.
I didn't mean to use the illicit. And he called her on that. But this is like calling her on it, and then it's like, and flip the coffee table over in her lap, and the wine goes on. This is, oh, I was standing up and I knocked it over.
Well, what about, so, I mean, it's obviously bad for Hillary, because you can see that even though he may be prepared to vote for her, he does not think much of her. Talking about the character moments and how she could barely climb the podium steps, that exchange he had with somebody, that's not his words, those are incoming to him. The character minefield she repeatedly gets to.
Hubris.
But on Trump, it's his birther movement was racist, he's a national disgrace, he's an international pariah. Colin Powell is a Republican. I mean, he says the Republican Party left him a long time ago, but he's more Republican than he's Democrat. Why is that not harmful to Trump?
It is. The birther thing continues to be harmful for Trump. Never forget that Trump's position as a Republican nominee is owed in part, and probably some large part, to the notoriety he gained by claiming that the president, or saying that he believed that the president probably was not born in the United States and was lying about his nativity. That's something that helped Donald Trump get on the front page and stay there, and it will continue to hurt him with a considerable portion of voters.
Do you feel, I know you do, a little uncomfortable about discussing the content of these emails at all? It's like dining on the carcass of the man's dead privacy rights.
Okay, you might remember this because you're from West Virginia.
Thank you.
Somebody from West Virginia. Do you remember party lines?
Yeah.
Party line phone. So
well, we didn't have
in Newcastle, Wyoming, when I was growing up, there was a party line phone. So
is that how you two met?
No. We didn't stretch across that far. But so my grandmother, if the phone would ring once for her, twice for my aunt, 3 times for my other aunt, another phone for the guy down the road, whatever, and there was different rings. And if you picked up and you listened, that was like the worst thing you could do. That was absolutely not allowed, but you still kind of wanted to do it. That's how I feel in talking about these emails. Like, you don't pick up the party line phone.
Yeah.
And we'll get burned one day when they put out fake emails, when one of these groups puts out some fake emails, and it gets out there, and there'll be...
Well, we were very hesitant to do the story until we saw him confirm it.
Right, once he confirmed it.
It's like, okay, well...
I guess he has to own it.
I know, and now it's out there.
And boy, does he have a way with words.
You know, he's very loquacious in these emails. He goes on and on. He should just pick up the phone every once in a while.
Expletive.
Great to see you both.